Hey, it's me, your boy Bluegats again, and today I'll be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tier analysis video, and today I'll be doing it on Trickstars and Marincess. So let's get started. For Marincess, for the pros, they have good monsters. They also have good spells and...
I sense I've made a mistake of some kind.
Wait, did I say Marincess? I meant to say Trickstars. Anyways, for the Trickstars, they have good monsters. They also have good spells and traps. They also have decent protection in the form of their link monsters and that one spell. Also, this deck is fairly consistent. This deck can OTK, this deck can swarm, and this deck can easily snowball an advantage. Also, this deck could inflict massive damage due to their effect. Due to the effect damage they can inflict through multiple interactions. Now for the cons. They generally cannot stand up to more than 2 disruptions, but most importantly, they struggle against boss monsters. For some of you guys who have seen my Trickstar duels, especially the recent ones, I lost most of them, and the reason why I lost most of them is because I wasn't able to get over their big monsters. And that is a struggle Trickstars have in general. They cannot get over big monsters. If your opponent controls a big monster, there's not really much you can do. They only have one answer to big monsters, and that's they're basically in archetype Honest. And even then, that card isn't really all that great to deal with big monsters either. Since most big monsters nowadays, they have negation effects. Plus, there's ways to remove your Trickstar monsters from the field, so that way you can't really make use of that card. For power, I'd give this deck a 2.5 out of 5. For defense, I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. For recovery, I'd give it a 2 out of 5. Versatility, a 2.5 out of 5. And for consistency, a 3.5 out of 5. Overall, I'd say that this deck is a Tier 3 deck. It's not as good as it used to be, especially considering Master Rule 4 is over. And this deck has been severely power crept since. Next, we have Marincess. Let's get started. For the pros, they have great monsters, they have great spells and traps, especially of recently. They also have great protection effects, and they also have great recycling power. This deck can swarm, and this deck can also chain block masterfully. Also, this deck is also very consistent. For the cons, it's heavily reliant on their field spell. If your opponent gets rid of the field spell in any way, you're kind of shit out of luck, and all your protection effects are just gone. Also, this deck cannot play through multiple disruptions. That's a given. I mean, that's pretty much a given for most decks that aren't meta. Also, going second is pretty rough, especially since you rely on going first and setting up your board. For the stats, I'd give this deck a 3 out of 5 in power, a 3.5 out of 5 in defense, a 3.5 out of 5 in recovery, a 2.5 out of 5 in versatility, and a 3.5 out of 5 in consistency. And overall, I'd say that this deck is a Tier 2.5. Anyways, tell me what you guys think about Marincesses and Trickstars, and I'm out.
Later, losers!